Well, good afternoon, everybody. And if it's Friday, it's all things advocacy with AARP North Dakota. I'm State Director Josh Askvig. With me, as usual, is Janelle. Janelle, it's been a little bit since we've done one of these. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, we had to take a little bit of a break. I think we had to, just kind of cool it off a little bit after the legislative session. But it's good to be back.
Yeah, it's great to be back. And we're going to, we usually do these about legislative or statewide issues. We're going to take a little bit different tack today. You want to tell folks what we're going to do and maybe bring on our guests?
Yeah, you're right. After a successful legislative session, we shifted our focus a little bit. A lot of our volunteers and members hear us talk about getting work done in local communities. And I'm excited to say that we're starting to look at how can we make communities a great place to live, work, or even better than they already are, and how can we help residents thrive really at any age, and what we call age friendly. And that's why I'm super excited about our guests today. Mayor Bakken and Ben Arith from the city of Bismarck are with us today, and they're here to talk about Bismarck's recent decision to enroll in the AARP network of age-friendly communities. Thanks for being here, Mayor and Ben.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
So Ben and Mayor, I want to thank you both. As you both are aware, and under the leadership of both of you, the Bismarck City Commission voted, I guess it was a couple weeks ago now, voted 5-0 to apply to enroll in AARP's network of age-friendly states and communities. And before we get into the regular script, Mayor Bakken and Ben, I wanted to officially congratulate you. We have notification that the city of Bismarck has been accepted to be the 542nd community in the AARP network of age-friendly communities.
Outstanding. That is awesome news. And hopefully out of that 541, we're the first in North Dakota.
You are the first in North Dakota. As Ben and the mayor and I were in a meeting yesterday talking about how Bismarck was on the front end of community planning in the country. And so great to see. For our viewers that might be, the age-friendly network might be new to them, it's a process that encourages states, counties, cities, towns, and rural areas to prepare for the rapid aging of our nation's population. And the network encourages elected officials and local leaders like Mayor Bakken and Ben to focus on and strengthen the features and services that help make communities more livable for residents of all ages. And so, Mayor, the network aligns very closely with Bismarck's comprehensive plan. And as you know, and we talked about yesterday, that's undergoing an update called Together 2045. And that is going to be Bismarck's enrollment, and is Bismarck's enrollment into the network of age-friendly communities. Can you tell us a little bit about why the city decided to apply for the network, or why the network stood out to you?
Well, I'd like to take a step back. Before the comprehensive plan, we just went through the process of our strategic plan. And as a former commissioner, you were part of that process when it was getting started. And one of the big things in our strategic plan that was really identified as a core target was all ages, all wages within the community. How do we have a vibrant community that meets the needs of everyone, from young families to elderly to retirees, all across the spectrum? And that brings us up to the comprehensive plan, because the comprehensive plan is needed to make those decisions that are going to put us in that position to be able to proceed with the strategic plan. So short answer is it layers in nicely from the strategic plan to the comprehensive plan and Together 2045. And with the initiatives from AARP, it is all ages, all wages, and Bismarck's a community for everyone.
That's excellent, Mayor. I think, Ben, we've talked a little bit a couple of weeks ago, and I think the decision and what the mayor just outlined really speaks to Bismarck's leadership, and that how you're committed to working with residents and local advocates to make Bismarck an even better place to live. So, Ben, can you tell us a little bit more about what this update will look like, Together 2045?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So Together 2045, as we've been talking, is our what we call a comprehensive plan. Comprehensive plans are required by state statute in North Dakota. Typically, a community of our size in Bismarck, we look at updating our comprehensive plan about once every 5 years. Essentially, I kind of describe it, easy way to describe it, it's sort of the roadmap of where we want to go as a community into the future. And it sets that course of action for where we want to go. And policies, things like our zoning and subdivision regulations, those are all influenced by our comprehensive plan, and those are really kind of the vehicles to get us from where we want to, from where we are to where we want to be. And so really that Together 2045, as we're calling it now, is looking out now over the next 25 years. So looking out to the year 2045, some of our preliminary projections at this point indicate Bismarck itself is going to be growing from a community of around 75,000 people right now to about 100,000 people. And so we need a sort of a plan of action to guide us and to make sure that we are providing services, that we're providing a built environment that can not only work for people 8 years of age, but for people of 80 years of age and everyone in between. And the process that I think we're utilizing in partnering, now being a member agency, a member organization, which is exciting news. I'm still floored that it was announced here, so it was great. But we're excited to be part of the network of age-friendly communities. I think some of the concepts that the network of age-friendly communities is promoting, will be well supported within our comprehensive plan. We want to create and need to create a community that works for all ages and all wages, as the mayor said. And so the comprehensive plan itself will be mostly looking at sort of the physical development of the community. So we'll be looking at things like future land use and how we grow or expand outward, but also how we redevelop inward and create redevelopment opportunities inward. And it'll be looking at other facets, basically many of which are looked at within the AARP's network of age-friendly communities framework. Housing will be an issue. Transportation, how we get around the community, and so it's a lot of those physical development and connectivity characteristics that we'll be looking at, and ultimately forming recommendations that will shape the policy framework that will ultimately shape the future growth and development of the city.
Excellent, Ben. Mayor, obviously that's a huge lift and a lot to do. And how can Bismarck citizens or residents help or be engaged? What do you foresee coming down the pike, and what would you, as the mayor, like to see from citizens to help shape this plan?
Well, one of the things we're really looking at is how to build that livable, sustainable community for generations, not only today, but generations to come. When we're starting to plan out the decisions we're making today will affect those future generations, whether you're going to wind up staying in Bismarck as a retiree or raise a family here. And I want Bismarck to be the first place you think of to come and raise a family and to be a grandparent, the whole spectrum, because that's what makes our community so special. So as we're going through this Together 2045 plan, it's very important to get in on the surveys, get in on the information sessions. We're going to be reaching out to a cross sampling of residents, getting that information on where you see the growth. I really started talking about the comprehensive plan with Ben last fall, because we were starting to see a lot of decisions from a growth perspective that we needed at the planning stages of where the community is going to go. And if we're going to craft that, where our direction is going to be, how we meet the needs of the residents and the citizens of Bismarck, then we need that input so that we can craft that off of what your suggestions are, where your ideas, what your vision of where Bismarck needs to grow needs to be to meet the needs of you, your family, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and make Bismarck sustainable for generations to come.
Mayor, I think that's excellent. I think anything that we learned during the legislative session, hearing from local constituents, helping them shape good policy, both at the state and the local level, really is sustainable, and it shows the leadership Bismarck's taking to say, we want to hear from you as Bismarck residents. Ben, is there anything that you'd like to add, other ways that local residents can be involved in this planning process, or things that they can expect maybe even this summer?
Oh, absolutely, and thanks for that question. One of the key areas of information exchange, of course, will be our website dedicated to the study, that can be found at bismarcknd.gov/together2045. And there, you'll find more information about some of the activities we're going to be engaged in trying to include members of the public. You can also sign up for any information when it's added on the plan, as well as sign up for opportunities to get involved in the plan development. So that will be a kind of a key point of entry or point of access to figure out how you can stay involved with the plan development. But there will be numerous opportunities to get involved. And in fact, some of the viewers may actually receive one of our random sample surveys that will be sent out here in the near future, where we've identified sort of a statistically valid sample set of the population, not only in Bismarck, but sort of the surrounding area just outside of Bismarck, that we'll be sending surveys to. There will be numerous other opportunities for all to provide input as well into the plan throughout, I would say, over the course of the next year to year and a half. So.
Ben, Mayor, super exciting news. Congratulations. We'll do a more formal announcement in the near future here, and we have a certificate to give you as well as your formal acceptance. But we wanted to kind of spring it on you today a little bit as we head into the long weekend. Thank you both for being here. I could talk about this for another 4 hours, as you both know, having worked with you both a little bit. But thanks for being here today. We really appreciate having you.
Josh, thank you very much. And again, thank you for bringing this opportunity forward to the citizens of Bismarck.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your interest and now our membership into the network. So happy to hear that news.
Absolutely. So, well, Mayor and Ben, appreciated them being here and whatnot. A little bit different take. We'll be back. Janelle, before we get out of here, just quickly, we're probably already a little over time about it, but we're going to change up how we do All Things Advocacy. It's not going to be weekly anymore. So you want to just provide our viewers with what All Things Advocacy is going to look like going forward.
Yep. As we transition into the summer, we're going to switch to a monthly All Things Advocacy update, and you can expect to hear things happening at local communities. We also have updates that'll happen during the interim legislative session, specifically our prescription drug study that will be picked up later on this summer, and look for some federal advocacy. So this is the place to find things if you want to be involved in advocacy issues. Make sure you reach out to us and stay involved over the summer, and we look forward to seeing you.
Absolutely. And I just want to close as we head into Memorial Day weekend to thank all of our veterans who served and those who unfortunately did not make it back. Hopefully you get a chance to recognize them this weekend and this Memorial Day on Monday. And with that, this has been another All Things Advocacy.